might know them, Kelsey. Come here. Because Daisy has something for that right in here. They partner with Kleenex. Come here, sweetie. Come here. I won't bite, I promise. Can your family? Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, there's
our youngest Daisy, maybe. Well, everyone, good morning. We do have a Daisy Award this morning, and it's very special when family can come, so thank you for coming. And you know who the Daisy recipient is, Kelsey. But let me tell you a little bit about Daisy in case you've forgotten and the family doesn't know the story. Daisy was started about 25 years ago by the family of Patrick Barnes. Patrick was a 33-year-old husband, new father, who unfortunately spent about 6 weeks in the hospital passing away from complications. You make it really hard to tell the from ITP. And the 6 weeks that Patrick was in the hospital, his family expected the nurses to be competent, expected the nurses to be very good at the technical things that they did. What totally touched their heart is the compassion that the nurses shared with Patrick and the family. And after Patrick passed away, they tell the story that one night over a liquid dinner, they thought, how can we recognize the nurses? And they came up with the Daisy Award, Diseases Attacking the Autoimmune System. Thought it would be a local award in Seattle. It is now in every state across the United States and international, and we give this award once a month, and this month it's Kelsey. For you. Who would like to read why, or do you want me to? You're going to read it away? Okay.
Okay, should I say the name or no name?
Why don't we, if it's a patient, why don't we do no name?
Okay. My mother was a patient on 6 West due to a PE in her lung. Though she did not have Kelsey as a nurse during her stay, Kelsey stopped me in the hall to say hello and wish the best for my mother. Kelsey's nomination comes from what Kelsey did for my mother once she was discharged. On the day of discharge, my mother's auto BiPAP machine and iPad charger were left in her room. As Kelsey lives near the same community as my mother, Kelsey brought the machine and charger to her home at Lynn Haven Nursing and Rehab. The next day I was visiting my mother and was then told that the machine reached New Hampton but not her mask and tubing for her machine. I immediately called and spoke to a clerk on 6 West. She had Kelsey call me regarding the missing pieces. Kelsey stated she spoke to her supervisor and was then going to speak to the nurse that had discharged my mother to see if they could find the missing mask and tubing. Later in the day, I had the DON of Lynn Haven contacted the supply store where my mother gets her supplies. They agreed to deliver a new set to 6 West so that Kelsey could again drop off for my mother at Lynn Haven in New Hampton. The DON called 6 West to find out that Kelsey had already left for the day. Due to Kelsey having previously worked for Lynn Haven, the DON still had Kelsey's personal cell phone number and called her. Kelsey stated she was just getting to Highway 218 and was planning on meeting someone, but selflessly turned around and went back to the supply store to pick up my mother's needed items. She then delivered them to Lynn Haven.
Wow, talk about going above and beyond.
Thank you so much.
Well, there's more. Daisy comes with prizes. So you saw the Kleenex. They partner with Kleenex. You receive a portfolio from the Barnes family and signed by myself, and there's a banner here somewhere. They'll be hanging for a month. And you know, I don't often read this portfolio, but I think it's really important that you guys know what it says. And so it just says, this award is presented to Kelsey in deep appreciation of all you do, who you are, and the incredibly meaningful difference you make in the lives of so many people. Thank you for that. Then somewhere, I believe there are cinnamon rolls, is that right? So let me tell you the story about the cinnamon rolls. So when Patrick could still eat a little bit, his dad one time brought up one of those big, gooey, warm cinnamon rolls, you know, that you get at the mall. And Patrick said to his dad, that sounds really good, it smells really good, I think I'll have a bite. And proceeded to eat the whole thing, and then had his dad bring cinnamon rolls for the nurses and for Patrick for many, many days after that. Now, we don't have Cinnabons, but we have Hy-Vee, so they provided cinnamon rolls, probably just as good. But what the Barnes family wants all nurses to think about when you smell cinnamon, when you cook with cinnamon, when you taste cinnamon, is how very special you are, because we often say it's just our work, it's just our job, and it's much more than that. Here's your Daisy pin. Wear that proudly in your special group now. And I think the best gift of all, you'd probably like to get to that paper with them. This is called the Healer's Touch, and this is a statue handmade by artists in Zimbabwe, and they partner with Daisy to make these statues. And they're so honored to make them, one, because it helps to feed so many families in that very impoverished nation, but also because healers are very important to their culture. And so your artist has signed the back of it, and this is your Healer's Touch statue.
Thank you.
The floor is yours, Kelsey. What would you like to say? Anything to your group?
Just thank you for my family for coming, all the support that I get while I'm working here. We're a great group. We really are on 6 West.
Oh, and then daisies. There's daisies probably right there.